Hey guys, this is Sebastian, and today I want to walk you through the reason why most agencies never make it past 20 to 30K per month, and exactly how you guys can go ahead and solve this for your business so that you can scale past 100K per month. Now, the way that I got this insights is for a very long time, I've been working with clientacquisition.io from Serge Guattari, who for a very long time was struggling to scale past 20 to 30K per month and is now doing over 500 to 600K per month just by making this one small change. And the thing is, I don't see enough people talk about this online. Everybody's so focused on lead generation, appointment setting, and sales. And don't get me wrong, all of those things are important. But if you don't have this one thing dialed in, then you're never going to be able to scale past 100K per month or even 500K per month. And what this one thing is simply having the right offer. Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly why having the right offer is so important, the 3 mistakes that most people do when setting up their offer and why it's stopping them from scaling. And then I'm also going to show you exactly how you guys can go ahead and solve those problems and create the best offer for your business. So let's get straight into it. So the first mistake that most people are making when they're setting up their offer is that they're only really providing one service, right? So maybe you're only doing copywriting for your clients. Maybe you're only doing content creation. Maybe you're only doing Facebook ads for them. Now, the reason why this is a problem is because you're only really solving 10% of the problem for your client. Now, business owners have tons of problems that are stopping them from scaling. So if you're only helping them with copywriting, or if you're only helping them with appointment setting, what happens if their closing rate sucks? What happens if their offer sucks? Well, they're not going to be able to close clients and make revenue. And as a result, they won't be able to pay you. So what that's going to do is it's going to lead to high churn rates, right? Your clients are going to end up leaving you because they're not getting a return on their investment. The second reason why this is a problem is because it makes you a commodity, right? There's a bunch of other people selling the same service as you. There's a bunch of other people doing copywriting, doing Facebook ads, doing content creation, and you just become another agency who is doing the same thing as everybody else. So what that does is it leads to low closing rate because there's no reason for people to buy from you specifically. And also there's a bunch of other people doing the same thing, but for much cheaper, right? So it doesn't allow you to charge a high ticket. You're going to have to compete on price and charge a low price to get people to buy from you, which is also going to lead to low profit margins. And I don't think any of us got into business to just make low profit margins and not make any money and struggle to eat at the end of the day. So profit margins are super, super important, and you definitely don't want to sacrifice those for your business. Now, the second mistake that most people are making when setting up their offer is that they're trying to offer a custom solution to every single client. Now, in theory, this is good because you're not offering just one single service, but you're trying to bridge the gap for your clients to get them from point A to point B. But it gets really tricky when every single client is different and requires different things. And so you have to build a custom solution for each and every client. The reason why this is a problem is because you're going to have very inconsistent results, right? One client might require Facebook ads. One other client might require something different, right? Maybe they're doing organic. Maybe they're doing YouTube ads. So if you have to design a custom solution for each and every client, it's going to be very difficult for you to get consistent results and to be able to guarantee results to your clients. And what that's going to do is your clients are going to end up leaving, right? A lot of them are not going to see results because every single time you're doing something different, so you're never really good at what you do. The second reason why this is a problem is because it doesn't allow you to create a streamlined process for your clients. So when you don't have a streamlined process and every single time you're doing different things for them, it's really hard for you to do this at scale, right? What happens when you have 20 clients and 30 clients and 50 clients and all of them require different things? It becomes an absolute nightmare to fulfill for. And then the third and final thing is you have to hire a bunch of different people in a bunch of different departments, right? If you're doing so many different things for your clients, you have to hire someone for each individual thing. It becomes an absolute nightmare. You have to split your focus amongst 100 different people that you're hiring, and it becomes an absolute mess. Now, the third mistake that a lot of people do when they're trying to set up their offer is that they try to do everything done for you. Now, the reason why they do this is because we tend to believe that done for you brings the most value to your clients, right? If they don't have to do the work themselves and they just see the result, it's more valuable to them, which in a sense it is. But the problem with doing everything done for you is that a lot of the times you have to hire cheap to make sure you actually make some profit. So you have to hire people from third world countries just so that you can put some money in your pocket. And that often leads to getting bad results for your clients, which ultimately leads to them leaving. The second thing is that you need a big team, right? If you're doing content creation for your clients, you need to hire a bunch of video editors. If you're doing appointment setting for them, you have to hire a bunch of setters, which leads to you having a huge team, and becomes an absolute nightmare for you to scale that and do that with 30, 40, 50 clients. And also, you also have to pay all those people. So it also costs a lot, the bigger team that you have. And the third and final thing is that you're going to have very high fulfillment costs because you have to hire all those people and you have a big team. It costs you a lot of money to fulfill. And so you end up making basically zero profit, which again, I don't think any of us got into business to just do charity work, right? So here's how you actually go ahead and solve all three of these. So the first thing is, like we said, you don't want to provide just one service. What you want to do instead is you want to bridge the entire gap for your clients. So let's say your client is an agency doing less than 30K per month, and you want to show them exactly how they can scale to over 100K per month. Well, there's a couple problems that they're going to have that are stopping them from getting to 100K per month. So you need to analyze what those problems are. So those problems are usually their offer, right? Maybe they don't have the right offer. Maybe their lead gen sucks. Maybe their appointment setting sucks. Or maybe their closing sucks, right? All three or all four of those problems are the reason why they cannot scale past 100K per month. So when you're only providing one service, let's say you're doing Facebook ads, what you're doing is you're only solving lead gen. But what happens if their appointment setting sucks? And what happens if their closing sucks? And what happens if their offer sucks? Well, you're helping them get a bunch of leads, but at the end of the day, they're not getting any appointments and they're not closing anyone. So they're not going to make money and they're not going to get closer to 100K per month. What you need to do if you want to guarantee them results is you need to find a way to bridge the entire gap and solve all four of those problems. That's how you're going to get them to see their actual end result. And if you bridge the entire gap, well, guess what happens? All of a sudden, you're not just helping solve 10% of the problem, but you're solving the entire thing. So people are not going to leave you, right? You're going to have low churn rates. You're also not a commodity because you don't just provide one single thing that everybody else is doing, but instead you're different, you're unique, you're solving the entire problem. And so now your closing rate doesn't suffer. You don't have a low closing rate because you're not competing with everybody else. There's not a lot of people doing what you do. And then also, you don't have to charge a low price because you're not just offering one thing, but you're solving all of these problems and you're guaranteeing to get them to this end result because you're doing everything and solving every single problem for them. So now you can charge very high ticket and you can have very high profit margins. This is exactly how you scale to over 500 or 600K per month with over 70 to 80% profit margins, is by utilizing this exact same method. Now, let's actually see how you can go ahead and solve mistake number 2, which is offering a custom solution to each client. Now, we already went over why this is a problem. So what you want to do is you don't want to offer a custom solution to each client, but instead you want to have one process for every single client that you take on. So all of your clients, they all go through the same process, the same journey, and this makes it super, super easy because now all you have to do is just one offer, one lead gen source. So you pick out what you want to do for them, right? Maybe you want to help them do Facebook ads, right? Maybe you help them through YouTube ads. Maybe you help them with organic. So you figure out how you want to help them get leads. Then you figure out how you want to help them get appointments, right? Maybe you want to call the leads. Maybe you want to do Facebook outreach, Instagram outreach. Maybe you want to DM people on WhatsApp, right? And then you also figure out how you want to help them with closing. Maybe you want to consult them on it. Maybe you want to give them training. Maybe you want to provide them with closers, right? Maybe you want to hire closers for them and manage them. It's up to you, but you want to figure out one process that is the same for each and every client that you take on. And the reason why you do that is because the more you do something and the more standardized something is, the better you get at it, the more you learn about it, and the more you can guarantee success. So what ends up happening is when you have the same process for each client, now you no longer get inconsistent results because each and every time you're doing the same thing. So it's very easy for you to guarantee results for your clients, and so they don't end up leaving because they actually see results. The second thing is that you have a streamlined process that is the same for each and every client. So it's really easy for you to do this at scale, right? It doesn't matter if you have 50 clients, 100 clients. All you do is you hire 1 or 2 people, you show them exactly what clients need to do and what journey they need to go through. And it's really easy for you to outsource and automate the entire process. And then the third thing is you don't need to hire a bunch of different people because your clients always require the same things. So you only have to hire a few people to take care of everything, right? Let's say for the offer creation, you can have a growth consultant that's helping them create their offer. And then for lead gen, you can have a media buyer that's helping them. Then for appointment setting, you can have, again, either your growth consultant or you can have an appointment setter that's helping them out with it. Then for closing, you can have, again, your growth consultant that consults them on it, or you can give them training, or you can, let's say, place closers inside of their business. And if you have one standardized process, it is so easy for you to do this at scale, even if you're doing some of this for them. So let's say you're placing closers inside of their business. It's so easy when you're doing the same thing each time because you can literally have a hiring funnel. So you're running ads, calling out closers, and having them fill out a form. And then based on the information that they put in the form, you figure out if they're qualified or not. And then you only talk with the qualified closers. You talk to them, you bring them into your ecosystem, you train them. And then whenever you land a client, you either place the closer inside of their business, or if they're already good at sales or they don't need a closer, they already have like a killer closer, then worst case scenario, you don't even need to do anything. And then best case scenario, you place a closer in their business, but you have an entire process around it that makes it super easy and automated. So this is how you take care of problem number 2, which is offering a custom solution and all the problems that come with it. And then the third mistake, which is trying to do everything done for you. Here's how you go ahead and solve this. It's actually super simple. Instead of doing everything done for you, you want to figure out what do you need to do for them and what can be done with you and what can be done, what clients can do themselves, right? Do it yourself. So what you want to do is you want to figure out everything that is super easy to do, but is time consuming. And there's no reason for you to be doing those things when the client could be doing them themselves super, super easily if you just give them some quick training or the systems and they can take care of it themselves. A good example of that is, for example, creating the ad account, right? So let's say you're helping them generate leads by doing Facebook ads, right? Now, maybe you want to do the Facebook ads for them, right? But you don't necessarily need to create the ad account for them, right? So why would you go in and create the ad account for them, fill out all the information, create and verify all the payment methods, right? Why would you do all that for them when it's literally something that, hey, you can send them a quick 5-minute video showing them exactly how they can do it. And you just send them the video, they go in, they set everything up. It's super, super easy. And they do everything in just a matter of minutes without you having to do it. Why would you waste your time doing all of this for them when they can do it in a couple of minutes by just you sending them a quick training or a quick asset? Then the next thing is done with you, right? You want to focus on, okay, what can I help them and consult them on, but they can do it themselves. They don't necessarily need my input. And for example, offer creation is one of those things, right? So if you're helping them, create a better offer, you don't necessarily need to create the entire offer for you. It might even be harder for you to create the offer for them because you don't know what they're good at. You don't necessarily know what their skills are and what knowledge and insights they have. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to do the offer done with you. So you're going to give them assets and you're going to consult them on how to create the offer, right? You're going to give them assets and trainings on how they can go ahead and create the best offer. They're going to do it. And then they're going to come back to you and be like, hey, this is what I created. This is what I made. What do you think? And then you're basically just going to consult them on it. You're going to give them some feedback, give them some insights, and help them figure out what the best offer that they can create is. Again, you don't need to do everything for them, right? You can do it done with you or do it yourself. And then once you figure everything out, you can be like, okay, what's left that is super, super important that I cannot have my clients fail on, right? So for example, if they're struggling with appointment setting or they're struggling with closing, I need to have a solution for that. And a good solution is to do it for them, right? To make sure that they end up seeing results. Now, there's multiple ways to do everything done for you. You can either do it yourself as the business owner, which I wouldn't really recommend. And the other way to do it is you can either hire or place or outsource, right? So if you're helping them, again, with, let's say, appointment setting, instead of you doing appointment setting for them, which would be kind of foolish, you can help them hire setters, right? So you can go ahead, hire setters into their business. You can maybe place setters into their business. So you can have your own setters and just place them into somebody else's business, right? Maybe you train them and you manage them and you place them. And then maybe you can just outsource it, right? So you can have setters inside your business and just give them all the work and you have them do all of the work for you. So this is how you set everything up. So you're not just doing everything for your client, but you also have a done with you and a do it yourself aspect. And what that does is it leads to you not having to hire cheap, right? Because you don't necessarily do everything for them. There are a lot of things that they can do themselves or they can do with just a little bit of help and consulting. So you don't have to just hire cheap, right? You can afford to hire the best talent for the things that are needed. And so you can get them amazing results. You also don't need a huge team because just like we said earlier, you only need 2 or 3 hires. And then you can scale this to the moon and scale this to multiple, like 30, 40, 50 clients with just a very, very small team, which makes you super efficient and also doesn't mean that, you have to spend a bunch of money on fulfillment. Instead, you maximize your profit margins because you have a really small team and you still get your clients amazing results. So this is exactly how you go ahead and create the best offer for your business is you bridge the entire gap. You have one single process that you follow for every single client. And then you make sure to maximize your efficiency by not doing everything done for you, but also having a done with you aspect and a do it yourself aspect, right? What that's going to look like is you're going to create trainings, you're going to create assets that you give to your clients for things that they can do themselves, right? So you create those things once, you create the trainings, you create the assets once. It's going to take some time to create them at first, but you only do them once and then you can use them for every single client that you have, which makes fulfillment so much easier, so much more scalable and automated. And so at the end of the day, you're not solving 10% of the problem, but you're solving the entire problem. You're no longer a commodity because you're unique. You can charge really high prices and have high profit margins. You can provide consistent results to your clients. Everything is streamlined, so super easy to fulfill. You don't have to hire a million people. You don't have to hire cheap. You can afford to get the best talent and get your clients amazing results. You don't need a huge team, right? You don't need to manage a gazillion people. And then you also don't have high fulfillment cost. And this is exactly how you can go ahead and go from being stuck at 30K per month to scaling to over 100K per month and even 500K per month is if you have the right offer. If you fail to have those things, your business is going to break, right? No matter how good your lead gen is, your appointment setting, and your closing, if your offer and your fulfillment is not set up the right way, your business is going to break past 50K per month, past 60K per month. It's the reason why most agencies never make it to 100K per month. And those that do can never really scale past it, right? So this is exactly how you go ahead and do this. Now, if you guys have any questions related to any of this or anything else based on how you can scale your business, then go ahead, leave a comment down below. I will make sure to answer every single one of your questions. And you can also message me on Instagram. I'll have the link down below in the description. So you can also go ahead and ask me about anything related to how you can scale your business or anything else. I'm open to answering personal questions if you guys want to know more about me. So yeah, go ahead, leave a comment down below in the description and message me on Instagram. Hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care. Go build out a killer offer and make some money. Bye-bye.